Welcome to DutchinBrazil. In this video, we're talking about why Rio's Carnival is such a magical experience, and why you honestly need to see it at least once in your lifetime. Rio de Janeiro's Carnival is often called the greatest show on earth, but it started very far from today's glittering Sambadrome parades. In this video, you'll see how a rough colonial street party slowly became the global symbol of samba, spectacle, and Brazilian creativity. The story begins with the Portuguese colonization of Brazil in the 16th and 17th centuries, when Catholic settlers brought pre-Lenten festivities to Rio. They introduced Entrudo, a chaotic street game with water fights, flour, limes, and pranks, far from the organized parades we know today. In the 18th and early 19th century, Carnival in Rio was mainly an urban party for the elite, who wore masks and costumes and paraded while commoners watched. These celebrations were tied to the Catholic calendar before Lent, mixing elements of pagan Europe with the rigid social hierarchy of a slave-based colonial society. As millions of enslaved Africans were brought to Brazil, their music, rhythms, and dance deeply reshaped Carnival. African traditions of drumming, parading, and spiritual masquerade merged with European masquerade balls and street games, creating something uniquely Brazilian. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Afro-Brazilian communities in Rio developed samba as a new urban musical language. By the early 1900s, samba rhythms and percussion groups, known as batucadas, were becoming the soundtrack of Rio's popular carnival. Around this time, neighborhood groups called cordões and ranchos began to organize parades with themes, costumes, and choreography. They marched through the streets of Rio, turning Carnival from a loose street brawl into a more structured popular performance. In the late 1920s and early 1930s, the first samba schools formed from these community groups, including Estácio de Sá, Portela, and Mangueira. By 1932, Rio held its first official samba school parade, and an association of samba schools was created to organize the competition. Through the mid-20th century, the parade route shifted across central avenues in Rio, while the event grew more famous inside and outside Brazil. Temporary stands were built for spectators, and in 1961 paid tickets were introduced to handle rising national and international demand. Floats also evolved. What started as simple decorated cars in the early 1900s, known as corso, gradually became the massive allegorical floats seen today. By the 1970s, color television broadcasts turned the samba school competition into a national spectacle watched across Brazil. In 1984, Rio inaugurated the Sambadrome, a purpose-built stadium designed by architect Oscar Niemeyer to host the official samba school parades. From then on, the top samba schools competed there with giant floats, elaborate costumes, and carefully planned storytelling shows. Today, around 200 samba schools from different communities prepare all year, with the top 12 competing for the championship title during Carnival. Many schools are rooted in favelas and working-class neighborhoods, providing jobs, cultural education, and a shared identity for thousands of people. Modern Rio Carnival is a mix of official Sambadrome parades, free street blocos, and neighborhood parties that take over the city before Lent each year. It celebrates creativity, resilience, and cultural fusion. A festival born from Portuguese tradition, transformed by African heritage, and reinvented by the people of Rio over centuries. You can now drop this script into InVideo AI. Add B-roll of historic paintings, old black and white Rio streets, early samba scenes, and modern Sambadrome shots for a complete narrative timeline.